Professor Layton is my favorite trilogy series on the Nintendo DS. The first 3 games are phenomenal, and I really wanted to do a challenge for them, but considering the games are visual novels with set puzzles and solutions, I really couldn't think of a challenge at all. Until well now, where I had the most genius and stupid idea to play the game in Italian, and all I can use is my memory of me 100%ing the game a year ago. Yeah, for those who don't know, I don't speak Italian. I'm not allowed to look up any words, and I'm only allowed to search up the solution if it's a story puzzle that I can skip, and I would technically be able to solve it if I just tried different solutions. Without further ado, if you enjoyed the video, do consider subscribing, cause I make a lot of dumb videos like this. So let's get puzzling. We start the game and are greeted with a cutscene dubbed in English. This is one of the few times this happens. I could explain the story to you, but I kinda skipped through it and the text is in Italian, so play the game for yourself, will you? We start our first puzzle, which is just circling a village. Considering I knew what the question was, this was a pretty easy puzzle, and even if I didn't know and I had forgotten, I would have just needed to guess like 5 times. We arrive at the village and are greeted with our next multiple choice puzzle. Once again, very easy. Just gotta see what fits, you know? The next puzzle is exactly the same, just guess. No reason to try and translate it, and you know, I still know what the questions are about, so it's easy. Puzzle 4 on the other hand is different with this. We need a bit of strategy because I only remember half of the puzzle. It has something to do with directions, so we can already conclude that the houses that face the same way are probably not going to be the answer, which leaves us with 2 options, and yeah, one of them was right. We move a bit further in the story and get to a very annoying puzzle because the answer to this one is always randomized whenever you restart the puzzle, making it instead of like 8 different answers, kind of an infinite amount of tries that can happen, you know? But I do know how this puzzle works. Well, half, because I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. Like, we are either looking for like the weight that weighs the least or the weight that weighs the most. So I just do the puzzle and I hope it's the lighter one, and I do the other one first and I got it. We're almost at the mansion where our story begins, but we are held up by a little raft puzzle. This one is annoying. I know exactly what I have to do, and even without explanation, it's just an annoying puzzle if you don't remember what to do. So I just keep trying and trying and trying, and you know, I get it, because sometimes a puzzle just requires a lot of trial and error. After we finish that puzzle, we finally make our way to the mansion and are ready for this game to finally really start. Once in the mansion, we move on to another puzzle where we see a cute dog made of matches, and if I remember correctly, this dog has been run over and we have to place the matches in such a way that the dog has been run over. What a sickening game! Should have been rated 16 or higher. We get some story stuff we will skip cause, well, getting a bit of story you understand could as well be no story. We do see the cat escaping, but before we go after that cat, because we obviously have to do that, we finish off another puzzle. It's a math puzzle, and it's not even that hard, like, it's not even a puzzle, it's just so obvious. We then come across another puzzle which I obviously remember the answer of. Or, well, I guess not. Okay, so this is the first actual puzzle where we need to get some clues from the text, which is difficult, because I don't speak Italian. So we know we have like 20 minutes, and I guess sank means 5 and a bordo means on board, so there is like a boat and another smaller boat where 5 people at a time can be on. And nove means 9, I think. The only thing I don't know is if it's back and forth 9 minutes or if it's just like one round to the islands in 9 minutes. So I go with the latter, and it's the wrong answer. Well, it was the first one apparently. This was one of the first puzzles where I felt like this was actually going to be a big challenge. The next puzzle is literally giving a number from 0 to 10, so it's guessing time. The next puzzle is just again multiple choice, so easy peasy. We get interrupted for some story stuff and it seems important, but I can't understand Italian. So, guess that's that. The next puzzle involves a clock, and we need to count how many times the long arm of the clock goes over the short arm of the clock. I actually tried to make something out of the puzzle text, but I started guessing midway through because I wasn't actually sure what the time frame was, and I also counted wrong. I eventually did get it and continue pursuing the cat. We continue our puzzly adventure with another multiple choice puzzle. Yes, really. So this time I don't guess the answer, but actually think of what the answer could be and, you know, I get it right. Cause I'm smart. At least I hope I am. In the next puzzle we have to make a woman out of a painting of an old man. Not sure what the artist meant with this, but I got this. Oh, that's not hair? I got this! In the next puzzle we have to separate the pigs with 3 lines. That's literally just peanuts easy. How do I know that? My memory, baby woo. Yeah, I struggled on this puzzle when I first came across it. Puzzle 20 is very straightforward. I just have to connect A to A and so on. It can't be simpler than that. Well, this one took me like 10 minutes to solve. And that's very long for puzzles like this. The next puzzle is quite simple and popular because it's such an easy puzzle, and it's actually just a puzzle for babies. We then have to solve a puzzle about wine and separating them and filling up the cans with equal amounts. And honestly, I just did some stuff and got lucky with this. So no. Not lucky, not lucky, no. All pure skill, bro. We finally find the cat and bring her back. But apparently something happened while we were gone, but that's probably nothing too bad. Oh, someone's dead. That's very unfortunate. At least I think that's what happened. Not sure, I don't speak Italian. Next up we solve another puzzle about siblings and stuff that I actually fully remember on what I have to do, so that was easy. The next puzzle is also easy and there is no way that I somehow managed to get it wrong 2 times. Like for real, how did I mess up that badly? I was just starting to get cocky cause no puzzle has stopped me yet. In the next puzzle we just kinda have to type in a number, and I start with 1 and 1 was the right answer, so moving on. The next puzzle is another multiple choice, where we have to pick which drawing we can draw without lifting up the pencil, and that's honestly too easy, I don't even have to guess, it's the damn house. Like no second thought, it's obviously the house. The next puzzle has different dice, and we have to guess what the answer is, and oh, so difficult. It's a clock, okay? It's just a clock. Like I think anyone would have realized if they just saw the numbers and the dice and be like, oh yeah, that's a clock. It's easy. So finishing up that puzzle brings us to a total of 23 puzzles solved. And I must say that's honestly not too bad yet. When scripting this video I realized that the series will be bigger than I anticipated. I thought I would go over this easy peasy, but I'm wrong. Again. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed the video and I will see you all in part 2 of the series. Like and subscribe. See ya.